Hey everyone, we are here for the fireworks dining package here at the Contemporary Resort. Let's go check it out.
We're so excited to show you the full Contemporary at the top Sip, Savor, and Sparkle Fireworks Dining Package. Be sure to stay tuned until the end of the video for a full review to help you decide if this rather expensive dining package is right for you. Okay, we just finished checking in. In your My Disney Experience app, it tells you the check-in is 20 minutes before. Just talk to a cast member. Some people have checked in hours beforehand, so that is where the check-in counter is. And once you check in, the cast member will give you a wristband. If you are driving, this experience has valet parking complimentary, which is really nice. Tonight, the fireworks at 10 p.m. I will take you along and show you how that is. And while we're waiting, let me explain a little bit about this experience. Pricing clocks in at $129 per person plus tax and gratuity, regardless of age. That's right, this one is a little bit different from the other Disney dining experiences where children under the ages of 9 or 10 would typically receive a lower pricing. So at this price point is definitely one of the most expensive dining experiences on Disney property. And as you can see, there's really only one elevator. No wonder there were some guests that had checked in way beforehand. So as you exit the elevator, the Sip and Savor Fireworks Dining Package is to the left, and whereas the regular restaurant is to the right. And as part of the package, they actually give you a welcoming Bellini, a welcoming drink for the guests. So that's really nice. And then you can pick up your name card to put on your table. For this dining package, there's no reserved table. So that is a name card that you get to put on your table so that it's going to be yours for the rest of the evening. And of course, all the seating by the window is all taken. So I guess there's a reason why people checked in really early and stood in line for the best view of the house. And now I think we're gonna go check out the food selection. As you can see, the drinks are in one room, whereas the food and basically the buffet line is in the other. So we've got some sliders. I think that is a pork cutlet sandwich next to it. And this one's really popular. I think a lot of people just went ahead and grabbed it, and so it's going pretty fast. And it looks like on this side we have a selection of sushi, sashimi, and tempura rolls on top. They also have little condiments like soy sauce and wasabi and ginger. Let's take a look at what's over here. That looks like, I think a zucchini sandwich, and of course we've got the world famous California Grill goat cheese mushroom ravioli. Holy moly.
We're back at the table. We've got some salmon, a pork cutlet, the burger obviously, and then the raviolis down in the middle. I think the ravioli was a little too salty this evening, but we've got our Manhattan here alongside some of our initial toast beverage and our wonderful bar staff. Cheers.
Cheers. We just had our first round of food. Everything is delicious. They have sashimi, which is amazing. If you're into California Grill ravioli, they have them here.
I got 2 helpings on the first time around. All the wine here, they've got like duckhorn from Napa Valley, a bunch of California wines. The wines actually here are really good. So I'm actually going to recommend, because you can get these cocktails anywhere, take advantage of the really nice wines for the all-you-can-drink aspect.
The bartenders will make anything for you.
I'm starting with an old-fashioned.
Same.
Good job. So we're going to hit these, and then I think I'm going to switch over to some nice red wine here after this.
Let's check out these world famous California Grill sushi and sashimi. They have some vegetable
All the sashimi is gone.
Oh, the sashimi's gone? Oh no. Oh no, so they have shrimp tempura, got some California rolls.
Oh no, like the for everyone ravioli, right?
The pork katsu sandwich is actually quite good. Sliders are also a huge hit as well. All right, it's time for round 2. This is the sashimi cold plate that Mike was talking about, and we got some cocktail shrimp.
We have shrimp in a cup.
Yep, and then this, I think that's a zucchini focaccia bread. And then they have tempura, which is awesome. They ran out of the ravioli, but they did have some the cremini mushroom and the sauce. So I'm making my own little plate over here. Mike and I just had this really great, it's like a salmon with chive and sour cream on top of a little focaccia bread. It was absolutely delicious. The sour cream just tastes like clouds in your mouth. Honestly, just like melted.
pork cutlet.
Yeah, I mean, this is California Grill, so they've got some like more Asian inspired dishes. They have pork katsu, which is basically a pork cutlet, right? And then they had sushi, they had sashimi. Everything so far has been really good.
Yeah, it's almost got like the banh mi sandwich where it's got like the pickled carrots and almost like radish, and then it's got daikon. It's got a little bit of regular pickle on the other side. And a little bit of sauce there.
I think we're gonna have to pace ourselves because there's also a round of dessert. So, so lots of food and lots of drinks. Mike may have to start a trend. I mean, it's to be fair, they're wine glasses on top of napkins. So
I wasn't sure.
So Mike just decided to pour himself a glass. What are we having today?
It's Now see, did you notice I didn't over-pour myself? I kept myself.
That's true. That's true. Gorgeous night here. It rained a little bit, but I think the rain's dissipated, so we should still have fireworks.
Tonight, it's a very merry party. Everybody's having a lot of fun back there. We're having a lot of fun up here, but we're gonna sit out here and watch the very merry fireworks party tonight.
Dessert is here. Actually, they put the dessert in the middle, but even after the fireworks, there's still a little bit of savory food. So if you are still hungry, we still got some sliders and we still got some pork katsu sandwiches. And more importantly, I think Mike's getting his last helping of the ravioli, which I think is really, and they still have some little bit of sushi left. Yeah, why not? No, why not? Gotta have some ravioli. So we just got back from Celebration of the Top, Sip, Savor, and Sparkle, which is the fireworks dining package at the Contemporary Resort. We have some thoughts.
First off, I do think this is one of our more favorite dessert firework viewing packages.
From the check-in process, in your My Disney Experience app, it tells you the check-in is 20 minutes before the actual time. When we went up to California Grill check-in space, which is the same as the fireworks package, the cast member was saying that a lot of people actually line up for very obvious reasons, which we'll get to.
Yeah, and you can check in early. She said that some people check in 3 hours early because they've got nothing else going on. My suggestion would be when you get there, get checked in, and then one of the other things that you can kind of make a decision on is when you get in line, they'll start queuing you up at like the little counter area across the way from where you would normally check in for California Grill, and they'll take you in according to that line.
Yeah.
There's like 4 or 5 tables that are right by the window
That's why
in the bar room.
That's exactly why people, I think, that they queue up a little bit earlier because there's only one elevator that goes up to the 15th floor.
And those go fast because we were in the second group of elevators and all those were already taken.
Once you get up there, what happens is that they will kind of veer you off into the Napa and Sonoma room. Nice little gesture is they actually have Bellini, the little sparkling wine cocktail right there.
Kind of like mimosa.
Yeah. And then they'll have little name tags.
Find an empty table and claim it as yours.
In terms of the food, I thought the food was excellent. They had sandwiches, like hors d'oeuvres, sushis, and of course they have the famous goat cheese, mushroom ravioli. Everybody craves for that. Tonight's was a little bit on the salty side.
It was really salty tonight. So even though I had 3 of them and they were good, they had definitely a little heavy on the salt tonight. So. And
the dessert was really good. So how it works is that they will have the savory buffet set up as you kind of walk through, and then partway through the experience, they'll switch them out for the sweet.
They don't actually switch it out. They'll keep
some of it.
They'll keep the savory, they'll keep restocking, they'll move it around. And in the middle of the room where they had, in our case, the sushi and sashimi table, they'll move that over to the side, kind of over by the ravioli, and then they'll put the desserts there.
And let's talk about the drinks. I think that's where you can get your money's worth.
Well, we'll get your value, right?
That's true.
So I do think a big part of this is the fact that alcoholic drinks are included in this package. So despite being an expensive package, alcohol is included in this one. The wine is really good. It's a lot of California wines, some straight out of Napa Valley, some well-known labels that were really enjoyable. They have a Macallan whiskey that you can get.
It's essentially an open bar.
It's a full open bar. They have 2 bartenders that are running it.
Yep. You can get whatever you want.
They were asking for special custom orders. They were just, one of the bartenders would make something, even if you didn't even know what you wanted. If you just had like a list of, hey, I like this, don't like that. They would kind of mix up something for you.
So in addition to your cocktail, your wine, and you can apparently get straight up scotch if you ask for it.
Yes.
So coffee, decaf, water, and whatnot. So your regular stuff.
So that's the food and wine. Now the atmosphere is, I really enjoy. You don't get the full California grill ambiance type thing.
Yeah.
You do get 2 little, event rooms to yourself. Yeah. It's a small party.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of guests. Maybe 40 guests, 50 guests tops.
Like that. Yeah, it wasn't.
So there's not that much. You pretty much all fit in the Sonoma room after that. So the nice part is not too crowded. The staff has more than enough time to pay attention to you, make sure you've got everything. The longest line at the bar is when it first starts because everybody wants to go get a drink. Yeah. After that, at most, you would see maybe 3 people at the bar getting a drink, and they weren't there very long.
Yeah.
The customer service is excellent because it's such a small party.
So in terms of the fireworks view, it's the top at the Contemporary, so great view. What happens is there's actually a reserve corridor for the observation deck. What we ended up doing was we went to the one that is closer to the fireworks.
So to the right of the bar, there's a glass door, and we were sitting there. When we've done this in the past, they kind of made it clear, hey, this balcony in the back is specially reserved for this party.
Yeah.
Please use that one.
Yeah.
Well, we were sitting next to the bar and we noticed that some other guests decided that they're just going to go through the glass door to the front one that's usually reserved for the restaurant. More and more people did it, and we just decided that, okay, and it was because it was a later fireworks.
It was a later fireworks.
It was a later fireworks show. So when we've been at California Grill and we've watched the fireworks, that whole balcony gets pretty packed. It could have been because it had rained today, so the balcony was wet, even though the weather was perfect for the fireworks.
Yeah, it cleared up.
Or it could have been the fact that it was a later party.
Yeah.
It really wasn't crowded at all. It was really, really enjoyable out there.
Overall value. Now, this one, like a bunch of the other more adult-oriented experiences, is that it is one price point. There is no separation between adults and children.
Did we see any kids?
No.
I didn't see any kids.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of adults. There was a lot of adults going out in groups. This was kind of the thing for the evening. And I do think a big advantage that this party has that some of the other ones don't.
Yeah.
You don't need a park ticket for this.
Nope. So this one does have a bit of a dress code. No swimwear. This is kind of an equivalent.
by dress code, you mean no swimwear.
well, they do mention that this is more of
a signature, like more equivalent to a signature dining experience. So they do encourage you to dress professionally, dress a little bit nicer. So
just like anything Disney, as long as you're not coming in your swimwear or something really inappropriate, I think they're gonna let you slide.
Like I mentioned, one's $129, excluding tax and gratuity. But when you go in prepay, all of that is included. So,
if you aren't staying at the Contemporary, that price includes valet parking. That's included,
which is amazing.
Which we took advantage of tonight. I really think this package is worth it at that price point. The
I do
food
too.
that you get, even though it's not, a lot or like an entree type thing, the food at the California Grill is some of the best on property in my opinion.
One challenge with this particular one, because it's a smaller venue, a little bit more difficult to grab the reservation.
Good news is if you get in, really great service because it's a small party. You also are not jostling for people for view or thing like that. It is a little bit hard to get for a reservation.
And last thing is that this one does have a pretty aggressive cancellation policy. Usually with Disney dining, you got about a 2-hour window to cancel, but this goes into sort of the special events category when I think you have to do it 1 day in advance.
If you can't do dinner at the California Grill or you can't do this dessert party, we do have a little bit of a hack for you, but it is a little hit or miss. So you may have to keep trying. You can go sit at the bar in California Grill. It is first come, first serve. As far as we know, there is no wait list for it. We saw them turning people away because they didn't have any occupancy at that set time. So the key is to check frequently, check often. Now, if you get that and you sit at the bar, you can go out to the same balcony that all the restaurant guests get to go to and watch the fireworks.
Well, we really hope that you found this to be somewhat helpful. It's one of the more premium experiences here in Disney that comes with the price tag accordingly. Really appreciate you watching. If you did, make sure you hit that notification bell, hit that like button, and subscribe to our channel to help grow our community together. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you soon.
Take care.